write module 1 or should I write module 2? Should I write in December or should I write in June? Hello friends and welcome back to another video of CS Mentor. In today's video, we're going to be looking at which module you should attempt, module 1 or module 2 for your upcoming examinations. Now before we start, I would like to inform you that this is an all-time video. So regardless of whether you are writing in December 2025 or June 2026 or for any attempt under the syllabus of 2022, then this video is for you. This video is also specifically for those students who have recently registered for your examinations and are eligible for any one module for the upcoming exams. I know that there are many of you who may be eligible for both modules and you're writing any one module. This video is also meant for you. Okay, so before we go on with the rest of this video, I would encourage you to watch this video till the very end, because amongst all of the factors that we're going to be looking at to make this choice, I'm going to be sharing some very practical and sensible considerations you have to keep in mind before taking any decision. Secondly, I have been noticing that many of you who are watching my videos are not subscribing to my channel. So please do go ahead and subscribe to my channel before we continue with the rest of this video. So, how to decide whether you should be writing module 1 or module 2? For this, we'll be looking at 5 main factors, and that is the number of subjects in each module, the number of chapters in each subject, and the weightage of marks allotted for each one of these chapters. These 3 factors are entirely dependent upon your 4th and 5th factors, that is, which attempt are you going to be doing? Are you writing it in June or are you writing it in December? And lastly, the most important factor is how much time can you dedicate towards actually writing or studying for your examinations. So let's get right down into this video and let's look at the first factor. For this factor, I'm just opening up the ICSI portal. And here you can see the breakup of the number of subjects in each module. Your group 1 or module 1 has 4 papers, whereas group 2 has 3 papers. Is this enough to make any sort of decision? Not really. So I have taken out each and every single one of these papers. I've just taken out the study arrangement or the number of chapters in each one of these subjects. We look at group 1 first. Your first paper is your jurisprudence, interpretation and general laws. This is your, like I said, first paper, and this has a total weightage of 100 marks. Okay, so we'll be looking at factor number 2 and 3 together over here. All 18 chapters in your JIGL subject has a weightage of 100 marks. Now this paper is purely a theoretical paper. Now, why are we looking at the weightage? I will tell you very shortly. Let's just look at the remaining papers also. If you look at papers 2, 3 and 4, they are divided into 2 parts each, part 1 and part 2. Look at paper 3 and paper 4. They have part 1 and part 2 with a breakup of a number of chapters between them. And each part will be allotted, say, 60 marks for part A and 40 marks for part B. The same thing applies for your paper 3 also. 60 marks here and 40 marks over here. And as you can see, 60, 40. So why is this important? Let's look at paper 3, your setting up of business, industrial and labor laws. Here 13 chapters are allotted for 60 marks and only 7 chapters are allotted for 40 marks. Then for your corporate accounting and financial management, there are 10 chapters for 60 marks and 9 chapters for 40 marks. So what should you make out of this? Generally, when there are more number of chapters for 60 marks, then it's highly unlikely that they will ask from the entire chapter. And you do not need to dedicate a lot of time to studying the whole chapter for, say, part A of setting up or part A of company law. Now, I'm not indicating that you don't have to study everything. That is not the case. It's just that the time allotted for that study will vary according to each part. But then if you look at part B, where there are only 7 chapters for 40 marks in both paper 2 and paper 3, then you will have to allot a lot more time and a slightly different way of studying, which will require a higher dedication or more amount of revisions for those parts. But your corporate accounting and financial management is slightly different. You have 10 chapters in part A and you have 9 chapters in part B. So, your corporate accounting paper and your jurisprudence interpretation and general laws paper, in a way, have been designed in such a way where you will have to give importance to the entire subject. Now, if you look at jurisprudence interpretation and general laws, I am very, very happy to announce that the recorded classes for jurisprudence interpretation and general laws is now live in our website, and the link to this website is provided in the description below. So if you simply go into this link and come down and click on the recorded classes, right now recorded classes and the study material are being provided together. Simply click on the recorded classes and you will be taken to this page. Currently, the JIGL subject is being recorded. The classes for company law and setting up of business entities will be notified at a later date. But if you simply click on any one of these tiles, you will see that there is a 30% site-wide offer on all of these classes. Additionally, for the first 50 students, there is a coupon available, and if you simply click on this coupon, then you get an additional 2,500 rupees off. You will get recorded classes for the entire 18 chapters of your JIGL course for a flat rate of 4,745 rupees. This will be applicable for both your December 2025 examinations and as well as your June 2026 exams. The course is valid up until December 31st, and if you wish to look at some of the content, simply click on content and the study material and the recorded classes will be available to you. Now, the classes are available to watch both on the website as well as on the app. If you simply go to your Play Store, you simply type CS Mentor and the app will open ahead for you. You can watch these classes either on the app or on the website. That option is available to you. For iOS users, there is an option of downloading an app, and the link is provided in the description below as well as the instructions to download the same. So we will move on to the remaining part of this video. That is, we'll now move on to the module 2. In module 2, there are exactly 3 papers. Now, if you look at these 3 papers, we have your capital markets and securities laws. This is divided into 40 marks for part A and 60 marks for part B. Then your economic, commercial and intellectual property laws is again divided between 60 and 40 marks. And lastly, we have your tax papers, where your entire direct tax gets 60 marks and your indirect tax gets 40 marks. Okay. Is this helpful for you, or based on just these factors, that is the number of subjects, the number of chapters and the weightage, is it enough for you to make a decision? Well, I have to highlight some factors for you over here. If you look at your tax paper, that is in your group 2, 60 marks is allotted for direct tax, that is income tax, whereas both GST and customs are given for 40 marks. In fact, I will say that this entire thing is a whole separate subject by itself for the amount that you are required to study. So, can you simply state that no, I have only 3 papers over here, it's more than enough for me to attempt module 2 first? The answer is no, because in a way, your tax is equivalent to 2 separate subjects by itself. In terms of easy and difficult, being easy or difficult, I can say that your tax will take a lot more time to study, as well as your capital markets, because the concepts around capital markets will be slightly new to you, and once you overcome that initial stage, then the subject becomes very easy. And similarly, economic, commercial and intellectual property laws, it is very easy, provided that you are doing it after doing module 1. Because by the time you have studied module 1 and you come into module 2, these chapters become a lot more easier. But even otherwise, this paper is your economic, commercial, and intellectual property laws is slightly on the easier side. Now, we have seen the full grouping of group 1 and group 2. Let me break this down for you. In your group 1, the first 3 papers in group 1 are completely theoretical, whereas this would be a fully practical paper. The same thing applies for group 2. Both of these are theoretical. With here in capital markets, there may be some practical questions, but largely it's a theoretical paper. Tax laws in practice is what I will call as a practical paper. Here you will require both a conceptual understanding as well as a practical understanding. So that's why I said it's like studying 2 separate subjects by itself. Now, is this enough for you to decide whether you're going to be writing module 1 or module 2? No. For this, we're coming to factor number 4, and that is the actual study of your the timetable of your examinations. Now, why are we looking at this? Just stick with me. If you look at the June attempt, as a standard, the June attempt always starts on the 1st of June and will go on till the 8th of June or the 10th of June. So let's keep roughly 10 days for your June examinations. Now come to your December examinations. Your December examinations will roughly start around 21st of December and will go on till the 29th of December. So let's just say 21st to the 31st, just keep it aside for your examinations. Why is this important? Let's just understand it from this point of view. When you look at the time for the December attempt, okay, when did I say your June examinations come to an end? Your June exams come to an end by June 10th. So even if you start studying by June 15th, you have time till roughly around December 15th to attempt your examinations. Now these are just tentative dates or tentative times, and roughly you get access to 6 months time to study for your examinations. But then if you are writing for your June attempt, please understand your examinations are from December 21st till December 31st. So if it's highly unlikely you will start studying on the very next day, so I'm just keeping it from Jan 5th till May 30th. Okay, and here roughly, give or take, you get only 4.5 months. Now this is both for, I'm talking about study. Okay, the study itself will take a lot of time. The second one is revisions. How many revisions? You will need at least a minimum of 3 revisions. And then in the study you will have writing practice, conceptual based understanding, attending classes, attending courses. All of these things will be required for you in this time. So if you have to look at it from a time based concept, we can say that if you wish to attempt module 1, it would be more sensible to attempt module 1 if you are writing the December attempt. But if you are writing in June, where you have only 4.5 months, it would make sense for you to write module 2. Okay, but guys, this is not a hard and fast rule, because at the end of the day you still have to write both module 1 as well as module 2 to clear and move on to the next set of your examinations. So what is the 5th and final factor that you have to keep in mind before you determine which module you have to write? And this has entirely to do with the amount of time that you can give. Now, who am I talking about over here? What am I talking about over here? If you are, say, a working professional, or if you are a college going student. So if you are a college student, then it's highly unlikely that you can give a lot of time to studying only your CS executive exams. You will be caught up with either work or examinations or semester examinations, something or the other. Or even if you don't fall under the above 2 categories and you're unable to provide as much time to studying your modules, then the factor number 4 would make more sense for you, because you will have 6 months time to study for module 1, whereas you will have around 4.5 months time to study for module 2. This would give you ample time to be prepared, both in terms of study, revisions, etc. Accordingly, if you fall under this category. But if you are a person who is dedicated as a full-time student for this particular course, then none of the above factors really applies to you. Okay, whether you're writing module 1 or whether you're writing module 2, it becomes your choice. You can write module 2 in December, or you can even write module 1 in June. If necessary, you can attempt both modules also, if it really comes down to that, because you are giving a full-time effort and activity to your studies. I will be doing a video on how you can plan your studies, or what is the timelines you should have in mind while preparing for your examinations. But if this video was helpful to you, then go ahead and make a good decision for whether you are attempting module 1 or module 2. I'd like to end this video by saying that there is no real compulsion to do module 1 first and then module 2. But we do have to keep in mind that ICSI designed this course in such a way where they kept certain subjects in group 1 and kept certain subjects in group 2. When you follow that particular style of studying, it becomes a little bit easier in some places, though I will not say that there is any rule stating that you have to do module 1 first and then only move on to module 2. So friends, I hope this video was helpful to you. Do press that subscribe button. I will be sharing much more practical and sensible tips to help you in your CS journey.